Hi guys, I'm just testing this setup. Scott needs to use this setup tomorrow, so I figured I'd come on live real quick. I doubt anybody's up and about. I'm just goofing with this for a minute so that I think that's a pretty good setup. I'm drinking my green tea for the evening. So anyway, I'm not staying on. This is just basically me testing stuff. Hey Pam. Hey Kathy. Yeah, I'm just setting this up. Hey Violet. Scott's got an interview at 8 o'clock in the morning. So I'm set up over here on the dining room table. And I think where the camera is, he's not getting, see, I've got some of my junk right there. But trying to set the camera so that when he sits down here for the interview, he won't have any of my junk in the background. And that's some of his toys there. Those both work. That's a Daytroller radio. He actually restored that one for me to have in my sewing room, but it doesn't have a antenna attached to it, a piece of wire. It doesn't have a piece of wire attached to it right now. I don't think it'll play. Yep. And we've got a room of old radios, Kathy. I'm trying to get Scott to let me set him up in Greg's room, and we'll move Greg entirely out to the big bonus room. He can have his bedroom on one side and his living area on the other, and it'd be like a little apartment out there. So this is what his interview will look like then in the morning. So we got to get up early. So I'm not going to stay on because I think his interview's at 8 o'clock. We had to take the truck over to the tire place because he's got a piece of wire in one of the tires and he had to drive the car to work. So when he got in, he said, let's go ahead and do the drop box at the garage. And I hate driving at night, but if it'll help him, we did it. So it's done. And that's all I have to allow. Basically just want to make sure this setup's going to work for him. Yeah, this is just for Scott, though. I'll be back over on the other table where we can work and play because this is on my dining room table. Oh, Robin brought I can show you those. She brought the fired pieces. But I don't have glaze here, so I don't know what I'll do. I might take them back to her house and ask if I can glaze or might just paint them. But anyway, this is the little leaf dish I made out of plantain leaves. I put little feet on it on two sides, so when it sits at an angle, sort of. And then there's a little hole here. And I thought I'd use this as a soap dish, but I don't know. It needs to be sanded. And then this is the gum tree leaves that I stacked them up. Pressed them in the clay and then cut them out and then kind of gave them some dimension. And then I made two little hearts. I didn't do too good about smoothing the back, but there's a leaf on it. Can you see the leaf right here? Can barely see it. And then here's this little heart I did. There's a little leaf on this one too. I think I might just paint these two and turn them into necklaces. Put some kind of cord or something on them. But I think they looked cute. And then Robin made a disc. I forgot I was like I said, when I went over there, I was having an off day. So she made me a disc. And she used some of her press molds that you press into the clay. And she did that little design for me. And it's got tiny little holes in it to where I could sew something around the edge, but they're kind of far apart. But it looks pretty cool. I could use it like this, and put strings through there and hang beads from it. And then this could be on the bottom. Of course, it could be on the top too, but you'd never see anything. But there's no hole in the center for a hanger. So I'd have to have all these strings come to the middle. I don't know. I'll figure out something to do with that. But those were the pieces that she brought over that I had made. And she's been working on a ton of pottery for Penzit, which is the big SCA medieval war they do in Pennsylvania in August, September. So she's been throwing mugs like crazy, and aquamanils and lamps, oil lamps and bowls and plates. And so she's getting her inventory built up for that. And they haven't been able to go for 3 years now. So she's hoping to really make a lot of money to basically, this is her vacation, but it's a working vacation. And she hopes to sell enough to cover the cost of the vacation. So that is all I have. And is there any other quilters here? I was going through my books, and I actually have 2 copies of this. So if anybody's interested in learning about doing your watercolor quilts, what you do for this is you buy a very busy print, and then you buy a background tone-on-tone print that kind of looks like the background, and you cut your busy print into squares, and then you redo it on a grid, like a grid. And that's how you do these pretty quilts. I did a heart up for somebody, and you can do wreaths, see? And what you do is you build the wreath. They give you the diagram, and then everywhere you see the white, that's where you put the little background color in. And they are a lot of fun. But if anybody would like this book, just email me or message me on Facebook, and I'll send it to you. The first person that says they wouldn't mind having it. Yeah, I didn't videotape today because we had some heavy conversations going on, and sometimes sisters just need to talk. So if anybody's interested in the watercolor quilt book, just let me know. And I will gladly send it to you because I don't need 2 copies. All right, guys, I am going to sign off so we can get ready for bed, so we can get up really early tomorrow and be awake for his interview. And I will see you tomorrow night at 7 o'clock over on the table, the other table over there. Good night. Thanks, Kathy.